Welcome back to Living Fiercely, the podcast where ambition meets embodiment. I'm your host, Tiana, performance coach, entrepreneur, and apologetic believer that your body is the foundation of your power. So let me ask you something. What is your most valuable business asset? Is it your network? Is it your skills? Is it your strategy? No, it is your body. Because without your body performing at a high level, not to say highest level, none of that other stuff really matters. Your ideas mean nothing if you don't have the energy or health to execute them. Your connections don't matter if you can't show up with presence and power. So most people see fitness as something that you do for your health or to look good, but for high performers, it is the foundation of their success. And today we are unpacking what it means to train your body not as a hobby, not as a vanity, but as a weapon, the tool that drives every move you make in business and in life. So let's get started. Do you want to know where discipline actually begins? It is not in your head. It starts in your body. So every single day, you are casting a vote. Am I training my body to be strong or am I letting it be weak? Weakness shows up in 1,000 small ways. It looks like hitting that snooze button. It looks like skipping workouts because you're just too busy, too tired, or you just don't feel like it. And it looks like ending your day drained and distracted, telling yourself that you'll start again tomorrow or maybe next Monday. But that weakness and those same excuses don't show up only in the gym. They show up in every area of your life and vice versa. So when your body is undisciplined, your mind will just follow. Your body reflects your standards. Weak body, weak business, it's that direct. And you may say, oh, well, I know people who are successful in business but don't train their bodies the way I am describing right now. But I'm talking about long-term sustainable success, not just in business and making money, but having a great quality of life, health, vitality, and energy to actually enjoy your success and family long-term. Believe me, I know of very financially successful people who are facing serious health issues in their 40s already. And when I used to work as a personal trainer, I had a client come to me who was facing a spine surgery at 38 years old because he grinds at his high-paying, high-stressful job and sits at a desk for 10 to 12 hours a day. I would not call that success. And because I have seen these type of successful people come to me all the time for health guidance, usually when it was too late, that was actually the reason for my work, for starting the work that I do today. And now I want you to think about someone who trains consistently with purpose, doesn't fall for excuses, and doesn't wait until it's too late. They're not just building muscle, they're building follow through. They're practicing discomfort. They're proving day after day that they can do what they say they will do, even when it's inconvenient. And that is the key to successful entrepreneurship. How do you think that affects their brain? They're practicing discipline in motion. And that discipline compounds. So every time you show up, you are reminding yourself, hey, I'm someone who follows through. Every session you complete builds evidence that you are the kind of person who doesn't quit when it's hard. And that identity becomes your edge. Because when you face challenges in business, you don't hesitate. You've already trained your body to move when it's uncomfortable. And you know that you will feel so much better and more accomplished once you push through that discomfort and pain. And as weird as it sounds, working out makes you more tolerant to pain and struggle. And that is what separates people who talk about success from people who build it. And I just want to say, if you are enjoying this podcast so far, give it a follow so that you make sure you don't miss an episode, and also help us reach more people and help more people by sharing this episode with someone who needs to hear this message. And back to our next section of the podcast on training your mind through your body. So this is how it works. When you train your body, you're not just getting stronger, you're literally rewiring your brain. Entrepreneurs who train regularly have better adaptability. They think faster, they can pivot quicker, and they see opportunities that others miss. And that is no motivation, that's neuroplasticity in action. Physical training improves the brain's ability to handle stress and make decisions under pressure. Because every time you push through physical resistance, you're teaching your nervous system that pressure is safe. So when your business throws chaos your way, a deal falls through, a client goes to, all your launch things, your body and mind don't spiral into panic. You know how to stay calm, clear, and composed because your body has learned, hey, I've been there before, I can handle this. And that's why entrepreneurs who train consistently can make better and bolder decisions because they know their bodies won't betray them when things get intense. They have practiced this feeling over and over with every workout. And here's the part that most people miss. Every workout is also practice for resilience. So that moment when your muscle burns and your mind says, I can't do this, and you go and do it one more rep, that is the same muscle that you will need when your business tests you, and it will test you. So you are not training just for aesthetics. You are training for emotional control, for resilience, and to perform under pressure. When you train your body, you're building your mind's default setting. I can handle chaos, or I can stay calm in chaos. And that is the edge of a true high performer. Now, let's talk about what physical training actually does for performance. So when your body is trained, your creativity improves, your productivity increases, you can think faster and clearer. Your brain runs on your body. When your body is energized, strong, and well conditioned, your brain performs like a high-end processor. When it's sluggish, tired, and undertrained, it slows down. Have you ever tried to make a big decision while exhausted? It feels like driving full speed with a handbrake on. But when your energy is high and your body is strong, your thinking becomes sharper and you can make better moves. Entrepreneurship is a high intensity, full contact sport. It is not a walk in the park, and it is definitely not for the weak. I really want people to understand that you are dealing and you will be dealing with stress, decisions, setbacks, and constant uncertainty. And if your body can't handle that stress, you will burn out and you will give up. It's that simple. So training increases your capacity to carry more mentally and physically. It's not about six packs anymore. It's about endurance to stay in the game longer than anyone else and to get to enjoy your success. So every workout is an investment in your ability to perform when it matters the most. Because when your body is strong, your business has room to grow. Now let's talk about my favorite part, and that is your energy ROI framework. These are real metrics every entrepreneur should track. Your energy ROI. You need to ask yourself every day, does this give me energy or does it drain me? So most people see training as something that costs them energy. But done right, you need to have the right workout strategy too. To create energy and multiply your focus, to multiply your drive and output. When you train strategically, short, focused, consistent sessions, your energy doesn't deplete, it compounds. You can move faster, you can think sharper, and you execute with the ruthless precision. So think about how much energy you lose to stress, fatigue, and indecision. And now imagine regaining hours of clarity and focus every single day. That is energy ROI. And here's how you can make it work for you. You need to schedule your training like a meeting that makes you money, because at the end of the day, it does. You wouldn't cancel an investor call because you're tired, or just because it's raining outside, or because you just don't feel like taking that call. So don't cancel on yourself either. 3 sessions a week, 40 minutes minimum, no negotiable. And track your energy, not your mirror reflection. Are you sharper after? Do you feel stronger? Do you feel more accomplished? Are your ideas flowing better? Are you calmer under pressure? Do you feel stronger? That's your real progress tracker. Because this isn't just about fitness goals, it's about building a body that fuels performance, power, and dominance. And the last part is making it non-negotiable. At the end, this all comes down to your identity. Stop saying, I'll try to be more consistent. You either are or you're not. The people who win don't debate whether they'll train today. The decision was made long ago. They don't rely on motivation or how they feel that day. They rely on their identity. Training isn't optional for them. It's who they are, because they understand that their body is their business. When you make that shift, everything else changes. You stop negotiating with yourself. You start showing up differently. People can feel it in your energy, in your confidence, in your presence. That's what separates people who sustain success from people who burn out chasing it. Your body is either expanding your capacity or limiting it. Every time you train, you're compounding strength, focus, and energy. And every week that you skip, you're compounding weakness and excuses. And in this game, the gap compounds fast. You need to decide once and then execute daily. Listen, everything you want to build requires a body that can handle it. The deals you want to close, and the empire that you want to grow, the life that you want to live. It all depends on how strong, clear, and grounded you are in your body. Your body is not a side project. It can be the weapon that you use to build your legacy. So stop treating it like a hobby and stop making it optional. Start training it with the same focus and intention you bring to your business, because the version of you that wins, the one who executes with precision and power, that version requires a body that can carry it. You need to start training like your success depends on it, because at the end of the day, it does. Your body is either making you dangerous or making you average. It's up to you to choose. This was another episode of Living Fiercely, and I'm Tiana DeRay. If you enjoyed this episode, and if this episode shifted how you see your body and performance, here's what to do. Hit follow, leave a review, and share this with someone who's building big but treating their body small. You can follow me on Instagram, Tiana DeRay, and tell me what are your new non-negotiable training standards. I'll catch you in the next episode, and until then, train your body like the weapon that you are.